Hey y'all, it's Mona Corwin, and this is Mom Life with Mona. I just want to welcome you today and let you know that this is Mom Life with Mona, and you're at my kitchen table, and I'm so excited to have you. I am Mona Corwin, for those of you who don't know me, and I am an author, a speaker, and I'm a life coach to moms. And that's moms that feel overwhelmed and like stressed out and kind of wondering, how do I do this thing called being a mom and still have a life and still be me? Well, that's what Mona Corwin's for, and that's what this is about on Mom Life with Mona. And I am your virtual mentor. I know it's kind of different out here in the world of technology and cyberspace, but you know what? It works. And I just want you to know that I am here to help you answer the questions. Answer the questions like, who am I? What am I good at? What am I here for? Like, how do I do all these things and still be a mom? Hi, Lydia. Welcome. I'm wondering how you are. Lydia just joined us. And if you have friends, you can hit the share button and share this with your friends, and we can all talk. So as we go on the Mom Life Mentor Show, we will be having conversations and Q&As. But today I want to continue my series that I've been on with you. It is a series called Discovering and Living. Oh, great, you're in pre-op. Friend, I am so excited for you. Lydia's an amazing mom, and she wants to have a whole lot more babies, and she's doing everything that she can to get it. And oh, by the way, did everybody know that yesterday was World Adoption Day? Yes, it was. Go on to my Instagram page and look at the pictures of my adopted daughters, or our adopted daughters, my husband and I. You'll get a picture of my husband, and you'll get a picture of my daughters. We have 3 adopted daughters, and we have 2 biological sons. So I kind of know a little bit about all those things. And we're going to be talking about those things as we go forward in 2017. But today, I'm talking about our 9-week, 3-part series that's called Discovering and Living Your Unique Story. You have a unique story, and it is yours only, and it is unrivaled to everybody else. And how are you going to find it? Well, we're going to go through the 3 parts of discussing that. The first one is, who am I? The second one is, what am I good at? And embracing that and figuring it out and like growing it, because you should be growing it even though you're growing up your family. And then how to do it all. Well, you can't do it all, but how to do it and be a great mom and a wife and nurture your home. So today we're in week 3 of part 1, which is, good morning, Jesse. I hope that you will be able to get on soon. We're going to be talking about your essence and your core identity. Let me just catch you up, because I love talking to those girls and I'm thinking about their lives and I'm thinking about what I wanted to say to them. But I guess I am talking to them. Here we go. Your core identity as a woman. First thing, you are made in the image of God. This is a big deal. You're made in the image of God. You're made in the image of God no matter who you are, whether you're Christian or not a Christian. You're made in the image of God. Number 2, the core identity of a woman, you are a connector. That's what women do. We're relational. We were born relational. We were born to be a helpmate. We were born to help and open our arms to the world. And that's what women do. And if you want to know about those 2, you'll have to go back to the other Facebook Lives on my page. But today, we're going to talk about my favorite part of being, of my identity. And that is, women were created to be life givers. Now, nobody can dispute this. With all the disputing going on in the world right now, nobody can dispute this. We were created to be life givers. Did you know that in Hebrew, Eve means life giver? It means breathing life. How cool is that? And that's exactly what women do. We literally hold a life in our bodies and we bring that life into the world. Now, some of you may say, but I can't have any children, so does that make me lacking in my core identity? Nope, it doesn't. What it does is that you can't come in when I'm doing this. I'm sorry, I just kicked my daughter out of the kitchen. Sorry, Teresa, that'd be really super distracting. I'll be done in a minute. Not giving life to that moment. But if you are single, you still bring life as a woman into the world that you're in. You bring life into your office. You bring life into your relationships with your friends. We are life givers. We as women bring life into every atmosphere we're in. I mean, even the world will say, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy, which I don't really like that saying too much, but it kind of acknowledges the fact that women set the temperature. And what it means to set the temperature is we are bringing life into that arena. And the best place for us to bring life into that arena, friend, is our home. This is the place. We may not be in control of the government and who's in office and what's going on the other side of the world, or even the awful things that we want to be involved with, that we are constantly bombarded with and our hearts go out for. We can bring life into the world by praying. We can bring life into the world by sharing truth. But we bring true life into the world in our homes, in the home that you've created. And little mama, I'm talking to you today. You've got a home. And just like God has a home in heaven, he created Eden, and then he put his little family of Adam and Eve in that Garden of Eden to be life givers, for them to multiply and to take care of that area. We have a great representation of that. Actually, it's not even a representation. It is a real thing. It's called home. God created home for families to grow and for love to be there and connecting and all of the things that make life like in heaven, like in the Garden of Eden, like time with him. We are in charge of that. We get to participate in bringing life into our homes. It doesn't mean that men don't bring life into their homes, right? Because we're talking about girls. We're talking about women. We're talking about you. There is an amazing scripture that says in Psalm 27:1, that says, a wise woman builds her house, but a foolish one tears it down with her own hands. It makes me so sad. I remember the first time I heard that. I was probably tearing down my house with my own hands. I was. I probably was more grumpy than I should have been. I was more controlling, manipulating than I needed to be, for sure. I didn't know. But I'm here to tell you, girl, you are a life giver. And you're either bringing life into your home and building it up, or you're not. You're bringing destruction into your home. And you're tearing it down with your very own hands. You're in charge of your home. You're in charge of what goes on in it. You're in charge of whether or not there's a cleaning lady or not. You're in charge of that home, of what happens in it. But more than anything, you're in charge of what kind of life is breathed into that. And that's your voice. And that's your atmosphere. And that's the things that you teach. It's bringing God's character into to your dinner table and helping your children feel connected and loved and not kicking them out of the kitchen, maybe. Oh, y'all, being a mom is a great thing. It is an amazing gift to bring life into the life that you've been given. You've been given life to give life. And as we bring life into our homes, people experience it. People that come into your house experience the peace and the joy and the love of God. It really can be messy, like there could be clothes on the floor. But that's not what it's all about. It's not about the content of your home. It's about the context of your home. It's about the comfortable coziness of your home. It's about the fact that when your friends come in, they're greeted with a warm hug and an open heart, and you look at them. You're a shepherd of your home. You're a shepherd of your kids. You're a shepherd of your family. You are in control of that. You get to shepherd your very own family like a shepherd when it sees the sheep all coming. It's counting the sheep. How many of y'all count your kids? I mean, I've got 5, so when we're out, I'm kind of always like counting. It's kind of funny. Sometimes I even wake up in the morning and I start counting like who's in my house, because sometimes I have visitors and we have people that stay with us. So I'm like, now how many people are in the house again today? It's because I want life here. I want people to come and be loved. And as a shepherd looks at a sheep, and he looks intently at those sheep to make sure that everything else is good about it, then they can take care of it. Pay attention to your sheep. Like, you want to breathe life into your sheep, you got to kind of look and see where they're needing it. And that takes a little bit of time. And you can't be rushing around. So, little mama, I just want to tell you that you can breathe life into your home and your family. And in the weeks to come, indeed, into the year to come, we're going to be talking about practical ways that you can do that. I'm so excited. And as we're going over this discovering and living your unique story, you're going to like the things that we're adding to the Balanced Mom Life, which is the website that I blog at, and that we're working on transforming into a place where you can truly find your balance, find your calling, and live your unique, unrivaled story. Now, one of the ways that you can bring life into your home is through traditions. And that's like eating dinner together. That's always having Sunday evening with a movie and popcorn. It could be all kinds of different things. Pinterest has got a lot of ideas, and you know I like Pinterest. But one of the best traditions I've ever had in our home is the Jesus Advent tree. And it's for Christmas. And I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live on that tomorrow afternoon, and I hope that you'll watch it. The Jesus Advent tree is a 24-day Christmas countdown. And it keeps Christ in Christmas. And don't we all want to do that? Don't we want our kids to like get the whole Jesus thing during Christmas time? So it counts down the days till Christmas using unique riddles and objects that come out of really cute, like Pottery Barn looking bags. And your children can find the answers with you and your husband in the Bible. So kids aren't learning just about Jesus being a baby, but they're going to learn about the man, the miracle worker, and the Savior. There's 24 stories about Jesus and his whole life, and your kids are going to experience them during Christmas. It certainly keeps Christ at the center of your table. As a matter of fact, we keep ours on the table. It's a great big old tree and all kinds of bags around it. And of course, I put candy in it every year, because who doesn't want candy for a Christmas countdown? I hope that you'll look at it. I'm going to put a link for it in the description of this Facebook Live. It's $44.95, and it is free shipping. And guess what? Right now we have a contest going on, and it's going to be today and tomorrow. Well, it's been, and it stops tomorrow. I hope that you will buy one, and I hope that you will sign up and enter for the contest so that you can give one away. But anyways, check it out and see what you think. And I guess that's it. I know, little mama, that you are the life giver of your home, and that you can bring life into your home. So think about that the next time you walk in your home. Well, am I a woman that builds my house up, or am I a woman that's tearing it down? And if you are, take my advice. Just change. You have it in you to be a life giver. And check out the Jesus Advent tree. I'll see you tomorrow. I can't wait to put on my red shirt and buy the Christmas tree and show you this thing. You're going to love it. But before then, run over there on that link that's right above my head and share this with your friends. And we'll see you next week for another Mom Life Live, where we're going to be going into the next part, which is, what am I good at? You're going to like it. Have a great day, little mama.